Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to read and write research papers. Well, this is a very common question among the new researchers or the researchers who have just started reading their research topics, and they come across this particular problem. The first problem is how to read, which is very important. That is the literature review. So I'm just going to share with you how I actually read the research papers and how I started. So first of all, you need to search the topics, all right? So whatever is the common topic, for example, you want to do something in deep learning, right? So deep learning is associated with neural networks. So go to Google Scholar. Always go to Google Scholar. Google Scholar is the one point from where you can get different research papers of this world. Doesn't matter where it is published or where it was published. So go to Google Scholar, type the topic that you want to search, right? Then when you click the search button, it will show you all the research papers associated or related to that particular topic, and that has all the information. So if you look into the look the topic of the paper or the title of the paper, that will show you also where it is published, when it was published, and who published it, right? And who are all the authors. Everything will be there, so you'll not have to go anywhere. You just have everything there. Now when you are done it, when you are doing this, you should also be very careful that you read the latest research papers. Don't go for the old research papers at first. Go for the latest research papers. So for example, if you are starting your research literature review today, then you should search for the research papers of that particular topic, which has been or have been published within this 1 year or 2 years, not more than that. So you should pick one paper of your interest that is published in 2018, 19, or 20. If 20, you get one that yes, it is the best, or it can be your first research paper to read. Very good. Not if not, 2019 or 18 will also work, right? Now start with reading the titles. Definitely read the titles. If you are satisfied with the title, that yes, it is associated with what you are going to do in the future as a research, okay, then read the abstract. Abstract you will find just there. Read the abstract very carefully, because abstract is the gist of the paper. In 250 to 300 words, or 5, not more than 350 words, you'll get the complete information of the paper, what it actually does, and what are its output, right? What is the actual aim of that paper. You'll get everything from that particular 350 words of abstract. When you are satisfied with the abstract, download the paper, okay, which, from whatever source you are able to, okay. Then when you are downloaded when you have downloaded the paper, read the conclusion and the discussion part, because that shows you, that actually helps you to understand that what the authors or the researchers have actually tried to do in this paper. So abstract gives you a summary of the paper. Conclusion and discussion shows you what goal did they work on. So this makes you clear that what are all the things that you are going to get from this particular research paper, whether you are actually searching is present in that particular research paper or not. So this is very important. First read the abstract, download the paper, read the discussion and conclusion. Once you are satisfied with this complete process, you get a complete summary of the paper. You know what this particular research work presented on in this particular research paper is going to offer you. All right. Once you are satisfied, completely satisfied that yes, this is the research paper I am looking for, right? Then start reading the paper right from the introduction. And always remember to read the keywords that they have written, because keywords will actually show you what are all the mm, very important topics involved in that particular research paper. Then you read the introduction. Then when you move to the technical part, read the technical part very carefully and make notes. Even in the introduction, when you find some line very interesting, mark it, make notes of the research paper. And in this way you completely read a research paper. So always remember to read a research paper and to make it very easy, because I know I have come across many students who say that we are not able to read research paper as we are not able to understand it. This is quite obvious. This may happen because you are reading something that has never been done or that was never taught to you, because research papers will always have something new to offer, right? So always when you start reading a research paper, first read the abstract. Before that, make sure the title of the paper matches your research work or is slightly or closely related to what you want to do. Read the abstract, read the discussion and conclusion, and then go for the complete details, because the abstract and discussion and conclusion actually gives you the overview of the paper. And then when you read it in detail, you are quite able to relate what this paper actually wants to uh, show, or what wants you to know about the research, right? So this is the complete way of reading the research paper. And even if you find some doubts in that, then you can go and ask any professor related to that particular topic. This is quite common, that even after this you may find some doubts or some things that you are not able to understand. So that's not a big problem. Go and discuss it with your supervisor. Not a problem. But you will be able to read the research paper and you will be able to understand many of the things if you follow this particular step. So follow these steps. Abstract, conclusion and discussion should be the priority while you read the research paper. Now, coming to writing the research paper. Okay, first of all, very important thing, you need to have something new, something that you have already done, that is your work. You need to have that's the rule. Okay, you cannot just go and write. Well, there are papers which are actually review papers, so that's completely different. I'm not going to talk about review papers, because in review papers it's like you take different inputs from different research papers, make notes, and then you write your own research paper. So you ultimately, what you are giving a summary of a particular field where different works have already been done. So I'm not going to go for review papers. I'm just going to go for the research papers. So when you have done a work and you are ready to write, always remember, when you are ready to write, make notes in about what are all the topics you want to include in the paper. Never ever start writing, okay, this is the title, this is the abstract, this is the introduction, and no, it's not going to help you. Always, first of all, make a list of the topics that you want to include in that particular research paper. And the common topics are will be definitely abstract, introduction, methodology, discussion and conclusion, results, and references. Of course, references are very important. These will be the common topics, but in between, the technicality, the diagrams, the tables, the flow charts, what are all the things, how to explain them, what to explain, everything you have to make notes first. Okay, now all now always remember to use the notes that you made during the reading of the research papers, right? The research papers that you read to perform your research work, always use those notes. because that will help you to write different things in the research paper. I'm not saying that you are going to copy paste it. No, you are going to paraphrase. So whichever line you want to include from those particular research papers, paraphrase them, put the reference. Never copy the exact lines. That's that's the second point. Okay. Always start with intro and end with abstract and title. Never ever start with abstract and title when you write a research paper. That is recommended. Well, in my case, I always start with title and abstract. But it is only possible when you are very much experienced in writing research papers. Because if it is told to you that you have to write a research paper in 24 hours and you can do it, then only you can start a research paper from title, abstract, keywords, introduction and all. But if you are new to this particular field, you are writing a first research paper or second research paper or third research paper, you'll have to start from introduction and end with abstract and title. Never start with abstract. Okay. Now, very important thing, get it reviewed by your supervisor once you are done. And also ask your friends or any professor who you know who has helped you in this particular research to review it. So you must actually get your paper reviewed by at least 2 to 3 persons, at least 2 persons, and one should be your supervisor. Okay. And then make changes according to what they say. And do editing as much as you can. So if you're writing a research paper for conference, I'll recommend at least 6 times. It should be reviewed and edited. But if you are going for journal, well, for journal, if you are writing, there is no limit of editing and reviewing it. But at least 10 to 15 times it should be done if you are very serious about getting it published in journal. So this is the complete thing that you should follow. Okay. When you get experience, then definitely you change the rules and you make rules according to you. But this is whatever I explained is the very basic basic is a very basic rule that has to be followed when you are very new to this particular reading and writing the research paper. So there is nothing like rocket science in this particular thing. It is very subtle, very easy. It's subtle, but it is very easy. So follow these steps. You will be able to do everything that you want in reading and writing the research paper. It's not a big thing. Only the thing is you need to have your own work. Always remember that. Yes, in review papers, still I'll throw some light on review papers. Review papers is like you don't need any work done by yourself. Okay. So if you have a good knowledge, right? But that knowledge should be from different research papers, not from books or something. Books, and okay, you'll have to write from books and all. You have read books and all, and from there you will take ideas and you will write, but that is only for the introduction and some topics that you want to discuss in that research in that review paper. But you can never write a review paper without reading different research papers. For example, if I want to write a review paper on artificial intelligence, so artificial intelligence involves many things. It has genetic algorithm, it has deep learning, it has machine learning, it has artificial neural network, it has deep neural network, it has concepts of deep learning, it has convolutional neural network, and there are many things in that. So what I will do, definitely I'll first write the basic things about it. I'll write the introduction of artificial intelligence from wherever I read or I have it in my mind, right? Then I'll definitely discuss the works that have already been done. So review paper is like one point where you can get different information about the latest research. So in one way, it is good that you are contributing a knowledge for people who can just get different information from one particular document. of 10 to 12 pages. Always remember, review paper is never 6 pages, 7 pages, or 8 pages. It's always more than 10 pages. Review can never be done within 5 to 6 pages. It is not a review paper then. Review paper has to be more than 10 to 12 pages. Okay. So this is all about review papers. Okay. Research paper is totally different. You'll have to discuss your own work. Okay. So I hope you'll be able to do it, and all the best with writing and reading your research paper. All the best to the readers who are just starting to read the research papers, which is the part of their literature review, and this will shape your research ahead in your future. And all the best for everyone who are trying to write the research paper. I hope you get published soon. Thank you very much.